And today we're at Thaï in Centropolis at the studio aidé. And today I'd like to share with you a Qi Gong exercise called the healing horse stance. This is an exercise that is not only strengthening but also realigns your muscles, teaches them how to work the way they were meant to work. Often as massage therapists, in Thai massage specifically, we spend a lot of time on the floor on our knees, and this can be very hard for our knees for the long term. And this is an exercise that has helped me heal some knee problems that I've had, and I recommend it to a lot of my clients. So I'd like to share this with you, and it's called the healing horse stance. To start, place your feet wider than hips apart. In martial arts, it's way wide, but here we're going to keep it to a normal, just outside the hips distance. Bend deep in the knees. Now what's going to happen when you bend your knees is your knees might want to cave in. I want you to concentrate on pushing your knees out. One of the factors that will work into being able to push your knees out is whether your hip is tucked in. So we have the pelvic tilt and the knees pushing out. Once we have the pelvic tilt and the knees pushing out, you may notice that your feet want to turn out. We're going to keep you from doing that. How do we do that? Well, lift all your toes off the ground. Once your toes are lifted, you'll notice that the entire pads of your feet are nicely glued to the floor. Your whole foot is on the floor. Remember how that feels. And put your toes back down. Keep them that way. Your feet should be straight forward. Knees out, hips in. Now, I'm going to go around to my friends here and correct them so that you can see what's going on exactly. Keep holding it. I know it's not comfortable. Keep holding it. Don't you move. Now, we're going to demonstrate first on Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, naturally, her knees tend to cave in towards the inside. What is happening is that because her pelvis is not very tilted, she's unable to push her knees out. So the more her hips come in, the further out her knees are able to go. And notice that maybe you see that her toes want to turn outwards too. So 3 things that are important in this stance. The list at the Kung Fu Center is about 24 items long, but we'll focus on 3. Hips in, knees out, feet flat. We'll come over to my friend Jillian over here. So again, nice and relaxed in the shoulders. Nothing going on up here. Don't worry about all this. Nothing going on. Just breathe. We're going to look at what's going on here. So we want the hips to be very rolled in. So what I'm doing is I'm tucking in her abs while pushing her hips forward. She is now able to separate the knees more. And when we separate the knees more, the hips come back in. So it's hips, knees, feet flat. Lift all your toes, Jillian. Push your knees out. Keep this feeling and put your toes back down. Good. Hips in, knees out. So as you're holding this stance, it's going to start to burn. And if you're doing it with me, you're probably thinking, oh my God, this is too long. I can't believe you're making me hold this long. This is crazy. And that's what I said to my first teacher when he made me do it. He said, hold it, hold it. I said, this hurts. I'm not going to hold it. It hurts. He said, keep holding it. So the key behind the horse stance is to remember these 3 things: hips in, knees out, feet flat, and to hold it. You can do this position while you're brushing your teeth. You can practice it while you're washing the dishes. While you're waiting for the bus, maybe you'll do it a little more discreetly so people don't think you're crazy. But if you've been holding it now for the last couple of minutes, as my friends here have, you're starting to feel some burning along the quads and possibly along the outsides of the legs. Keep holding it. Hips in, knees out, feet flat. Hips in, knees out, feet flat. Keep going through this in your head. Hips in, knees out, feet flat. Okay, that's enough. Everybody, shake that out. And once you shake this out and start to walk around, you'll notice the difference in the feeling in your knees. So when we're on the floor for a long time working in Thai massage, you may feel like your legs need a stretch. What they've been in a stretch position for a long time, and what they really need is some healing horse stance.